What's up, everyone? It's Wacko. Welcome you to week 2 of SDS Season 11. This week, I believe we're going to have 7 games to watch. I'm recording this at like 9:20, so Odie is still playing against Shopping Cart. Looks like someone had just won or lost. So I'll have to open up that game. Actually, I'll just do that now. Um, Mute this. I guess we'll watch this game first since it just happened. Um, I believe Logan and Power Fable probably aren't playing because they tried scheduling on Thursday and then neither of them showed up. And then Saturday happened. Power Fable said that he could and then no showed. And then I put in the forfeit win and then Power Fable says something. So like I don't know like what's happening. Probably gonna be forfeit loss, but yeah. So anyways, um, our first game. I guess we'll do this as our first game. We're gonna have Odie versus Shopping Cart. We're going to see the Cutie Fly, Mastiff, Swablu, Gothita, Dreepy, and Magnemite. I think Magnemite might be Terra. I'm not sure. On the other side, we have Apom, Spheal, Kabuto, Houndour, which I believe is Terra, Coughing, and Baltoy. Um, I don't really know, like, I don't know. It's Little Cup. Stuff just happens in Little Cup. You can't really say too much about matchup, I feel. We're gonna lead our sticky webs. Knock off the Violet. I'm actually kind of surprised it's a Violet Cutie Fly, but maybe it took a tail slap better than like a berry. I don't know. Berry juice would be better, but maybe a berry juice on some other mons. We do see the berry juice on Coughing though, and we see Wisp. I guess he was assuming that we get to switch out, but I'm not sure. Gothita's gonna come in trap with Psychic. Now Balto is going to come in. It looks like it's... No, Balto is levitating, right? Yeah. I kind of forget that Balto and Claydol have levitate sometimes. We're going to see Perish Song. And then we're going to see switch into Dreepy. I thought maybe we'd see a switch into Gothita to get that Perish trap. But no, I guess we're going to go into Gothita now. We're going to Perish on the next turn. We're going to fake out just to flinch the Baltoy so that Gothita can stay healthy. So I'm not really sure why we wasted all of our Dreepy's health there. I guess Dreepy's just going to get sacked here to the Houndour. Trailblaze will happen. That's not good. Gothita's going to come in, fake out, flinch them. Oh, it's Tear Gothita. Dark Pulse. Oh, we get the flinch. Looks like we insta-lose now. Yeah. Does Mastiff, like, not eat this? Double Edge. Shopping Cart says that it's not a loss because he has Magnemite. Does this not have a fire move? Did he just, like, reveal not having a fire move, or, like, what just happened? We're gonna Crunch, KO the Kabuto. Was that Weak Armor? I wasn't paying attention, actually. Yeah, it was Weak Armor. Weak Armor, White Herb. Was this trying to catch like a Quiver Dance maybe? I'm not sure. We'll see the fake out. Mastiff is going to go down. Magnemite's going to come in. We'll see a Flash Cannon KO the Apom. Houndour is going to come in. We're going to see a Protect for some reason. Dark. Oh, we just don't have a fire move, huh? Dark Pulse. Berry Juice. Flash Cannon's going to knock out the Houndour. Spheal's going to come in. We see a Volt switch on the Spheal into Swablu, which is Boots apparently. Don't really see a lot of Boots in this type of thing. Ice Ball. That's cool. That's super cool actually. If I was doing Heat of the Week this season, this could be it. This could be it. We'll see. It did get a KO with Ice Ball. So Odie actually ends up winning. Interesting. Okay. Next up, we're gonna have me versus the Bashta. Let me make sure I'm recording really quick. Yep. On my side, we're gonna have Volibee, Ponyta, Galar, Sandshrew, Tinkatink, Litleo Terra, and Lily Patera. On his side, we're gonna have Farfetch'd Gallard, Dewpider, Skiddo. Um, I almost call that Dugong. Diglett. We have Inkay, Terra, and Drifloon. Is Drifloon also Terra? I don't think so. No, Drifloon is like too high tier to be Terra. That mod's actually really solid. Um, so on my side, we're gonna lead um, Tinkatink into the Drifloon. I am Mold Breaker. He's gonna go hard Dewpider on my Stealth Rock, as then I play rough. He gets off his Sticky Web. Stone Edge is gonna knock him out, so I actually land my Stone Edge, but I kind of had to. He's gonna go Diglett, and he now sees that I'm Shed Shell on Tinkatink, but it did give me a free swap into Vullaby. I'm gonna go into Sandshrew now on his Rock Slide. I think the reason I didn't like Brave Bird or Knockoff because I think there was a chance that Diglett lived a Knockoff. I could have just been stupid though, to be honest. So yeah, we're gonna see Knockoff kill the Drifloon though. Pretty like. Of course, you're probably gonna try to spin block the webs because I think webs might be part of your strategy. With like Inkay, Terra. It was Terra fighting Inkay, I believe. We're gonna see Hornleech will KO the Sandshrew. I could have probably preserved Sandshrew and swapped like right into Vullaby, but I didn't want Vullaby to take chip damage for some reason. I felt like I could just win with Vullaby as long as I didn't take like chip. But yeah, Brave Bird will knock out the Diglett. Diglett doesn't have a lot of HP, so I don't take a lot of like recoil, thankfully. He's gonna go hard Inkay. As he superpowers, which does quite quite a lot. Player off will take him down to pretty low, but he does have Berry Juice. He's gonna Trick Room and then knock off into my Colbur. Colbur doesn't save me though because he is Choice Band boosted Stab, and moves just do a lot of damage in Little Cup. I'm gonna Terra Fairy, Bullet Seed. I only get 2 hits off, but I think at this point I'm just trying to stall at Trick Room so that Vullaby can kind of take him down. I get a 3-hit there, and then he switches into Skidoo. I think I predicted this happening, though, and I click Rock Blast. Yeah, I figured maybe he'd go into Skidoo because I was like, oh, he has Sap Sipper. And the reason I was clicking Bullet Seed over Rock Blast was just for accuracy, because I would much rather get like 2 hits off on Inkay than 0 if I miss, so yeah. I do get 3 Rock Blasts off, and then he will kill me with a Rock Slide. I could have maybe went to like Tinka there, but it's whatever. I'm gonna go into Vullaby now as I U-turn. I kill the Inkay. Reason I U-turn there is because I'm not sure if this Farfetch is Koba or if it's like a Violite just yet, so that I'm just preserving it. Litleo's gonna be able to come in. Close combat will knock me out, which is fine. But I do see now that he has Life Orb, which means that Vullaby just wins with Brave Bird. Bye-bye Farfetch'd. And bye-bye Skidoo. Once the animation plays. Yeah, that'll be GG's to Avashta. Avashta is a really strong team. I'm sure they'll come back next week, because I think right now they might be 0-2, unless they won last week. I don't remember. I haven't really been paying too much attention to SDS, I'm not gonna lie. But, yeah, I haven't been paying too much attention to the standings. Next up we have Wisdom versus Fletchhead. This was a pretty controversial game, apparently, at least for the people that played it, so I'm interested to see what happens. I think I watched, like, part of it, but I don't actually remember. I wasn't paying too much attention to what was happening, and again, it's Little Cup. It's kind of hard to tell exactly what's going on until, like, it happens, because, like, in my head calcs, like, Yamask should be able to do more than, like, 15% to, like, a Grimer or Lola, right? But I'm sure it probably does, like, 50% with Shadow Ball for some reason. So, that's just how Little Cup is. We're going to lead Pharaoh Seed into Darumaka. We're going to see Protect into Flare Blitz. But I think we have a free switch into Shellos, though. Flare Blitz is not going to do that much, actually, surprisingly. Maybe this is not Hustle. Maybe it's like Inner Focus Darmaka. Because I feel like Flare Blitz would have done more even to violate Max Defense Shellos. We do see knockoff in the Fire Punch KOs the Pharaoh Seed. I don't know why that's interesting. Of course, you're going to run a move that kills a Pharaoh Seed, but yeah. Earth Power into the Grimer, which activates its Berry Juice. I'm still not really sure if Berry Juice is better than a Violet. I'm like 70-30 on it. I think Berry Juice is better than a Violet, but I think I guess a Violet has its niche cases, in such as like Shellos can't really do that, if you know that. We're gonna see Recover. Shellos does get poisoned. And Grimer misses a Gunk Shot. Gunk Shot does 22%, which is quite a lot. We're gonna see Recover. I really don't like defensive Pokemon in Little Cup. Water Spout Frillish is interesting. I'm assuming Frillish might have been Scarf. I feel like Frillish it's like an offensive mon in Little Cup, maybe. 14 speed isn't really great. We're gonna see a Shell Smash, double Shell Smash. That's a yikes. And we're gonna see Toxic go off. So basically, Wisdom is about to lose because Toxic is not good in Little Cup. Or maybe it's not like bad. It's alright at breaking like Stall, but I don't think Stall's a thing in Little Cup. I don't even think this Terra mattered. I think Ice Beam or Terra Blast Ice just killed it. Seed Bomb will do that. But as you can see, it says here that it's supposed to take 31%, but watch how much it takes. It took 23%. So yeah, Toxic like really doesn't round very well in Little Cup. And Turtwig, it says 37 here, but I'm pretty sure this would have survived with like 1 HP at the end. So yeah, that'll be GG's to Wisdom. I'm not really sure what he thinks like the incorrect play was. I guess he thought the incorrect play was clicking Knockoff on Shellos, even though there's Sticky Hold. But I think, in my opinion, I would have forgotten about Sticky Hold. And also, Shellos feels like a mon that should have been Water Ground. But no, it's just pure water, so it's kind of, I don't know. There's a lot that goes on that I think it's like easy to forget certain things when you're just like in the heat of the moment, playing things. He definitely should have kept Shellos in to do damage to this thing while it was setting up. Because I think his last move was Sludge Bomb. I could be wrong. I think that's what he told me. And if he had just stayed in Sludge Bomb, then he wouldn't have been able to set up +2 with Turtwig. And then I don't know if he wins the game because there's so much, like, there's a full health Axew, Darumaka's still full health, Grimer's still full health. Like, there's just a lot going on. I think Fletch might have just had the matchup, to be honest. Next up is going to be Heister versus Sacred Ash. Sacred Ash is going to bring the Squirtle, Honedge, Growlithe, Helioptile, Execute, and Hoot Hoot. I've never seen Execute like in game before. I didn't realize that the Broken Egg was looking backwards. I always just thought that there was like nothing there. On Heister's side, we have Scraggy, Bounsweet, Trapinch, Aeron, Omanyte, and Meowth. I believe it's Terra Omanyte and Terra Squirtle because, of course, they would be. They're fucking Shell Smashers. Everyone that brings fucking Shell Smash, by the way, they're so lame, by the way. Anyways, it looks like it's going to be Water Omanyte and Ghost Shellos. Squirtle. I suppose you run Ghost because you don't get trapped by Trapinch, and it allows you to set up later if you want to. We're going to see Honedge lead into Trapinch, though. We're going to just hard switch into Hoot Hoot. Earthquake isn't going to do much. We're going to see Air Slash, so it doesn't really do much. I do think Hoot Hoot is kind of weak, but I'm not sure if that's like a Violate Trapinch or not. Squirtle is going to come in on the Shell Smash. We're going to see a Mirror Herb. No Mirror Herb. Earth Power does just knock him out. Oh, that's kind of a yikes. Squirtle could, yeah, this thing can outspeed. If you were planning on switching in on this as a Shell Smasher, maybe you could have seen like Sash Squirtle, but it's kind of hard in prep, especially when you have a good stealth rocker like Trapinch sitting there. Execute's going to come in on the Ancient Power. Doesn't KO, but Giga Drain will because we didn't Terra our Ammonite. I mean, considering that the Ammonite was at minus defense, I would assume Giga Drain might have just killed because I think Execute has decent special attack, but I could be wrong. Meowth will come in. We'll also see Growlithe get the attack drop. We'll see Knockoff. The Shed Shell U-turn into Trapinch. So maybe we are or we're not. I don't know. I don't know what this Trapinch is. But I mean, from the calcs, I think Flare Blitz would have KO'd this anyways. So the Flame Charge didn't really matter. Also, I didn't know that Growlithe got close combat itself. That's interesting. We'll see Aeron comes in. That's pretty telling that we're sturdy. Oh, it's Terra Aeron. Rock Pulse, Terra Fighting, Body Press probably. Berry Juice, Earthquake will knock out the Helioptile. Oops. Head Smash. Hoot's gonna come in. Head Smash is gonna do a lot. That's a lot of recoil. Is Head Smash 50% recoil? Well, either way, this is 1 HP now, so Shadow Sneak will just KO this. Yep, you see Shadow Sneak will KO the Aeron. See Meowth come in, interesting. Knock off the Culber. Sacred Sword will knock out Meowth. Scraggy's gonna come in, knock off. Will KO the Honedge, thankfully. We do get a Moxie boost. I'm assuming this Growlithe might have Play Rough. Drain Punch. Flame Charge. Close Combat. Oh, yeah, it's just over. Growlithe is doing pretty good. Flame Charge, Morning Sun. I don't know why we're Morning Sunning. Like, why? I guess maybe you're scared of, like, the statistics if, like, your Growlithe dies beating the Bounsweet if Heiser technically wins, but I'm pretty sure the person clicking the move that kills something is always the winner. I guess you're just trying to... Yeah, you're trying to preserve the differential because Bounsweet can't do anything. Charm. Not really getting too much out of that. Flame Charge, Charm. Flame Charge again. We're going to see probably what, like a Synthesis. Oh, we have Berry Juice. Play Rough. Okay, this Bounsweet's like kind of trying to 1v1 this. I don't think it gets like Leech Seed or anything. Yeah, Play Rough isn't doing much. He's trying. Bounsweet's trying, that's for sure. This is boring. Guess you probably don't... Yeah, you don't have Synthesis. It was close. Bounsweet actually kind of had a chance. If this didn't have Morning Sun, the Bounsweet won the endgame. That's really funny. Well, no, Growlithe would have won because you would have just clicked Flame Charge. Or no, you didn't have Blitz, so why did we spam Morning Sun when you could have just KO'd this with Flame Charge twice? I don't know, man. Anyways, maybe I could have been wrong. Maybe I'm just like not actually like reading the game. Next up we have Honey Bunny versus John. We're gonna see Swirlix, Clamperl, Stunky, Timber, Archon, and Ponyta versus Onyx, Abra, Diglett, Krabby, Lickitung, and Bramblin. We have a big Gen 1 team right here, plus a Bramblin. I guess it's the wrong Diglett, but still. If I remember correctly, this is kind of like a long game, so I'm just going to get started on it. Ponyta lead Wisp into Onyx. We're going to see the Stealth Route go up. We're going to break Sturdy or Sash or whatever. Earthquake won't knock out the Ponyta, but we do get our Berry Juice. And then Low Kick will knock out the Onyx. I guess it's one of the very few instances of actually being able to use a Low Kick in Little Cup, because nothing else is really like heavy enough to justify using it. Sunky's going to get up a T-Spike. Archon's going to come in on Diglett. We're going to see a Hone Claws. Timber's going to come in on the Rock Blast. Well, that's doing nothing. Yeah, you have to switch out because I think Mach Punch just KOs you. If we see Mach Punch, Tumbler. We'll see Rapid Spin just to get the T-Spike away. But Knockoff was going to do a lot. That's a Violate. Interesting. Strength Sap. I don't think that's really saving you. Knockoff is just doing a lot. And you're probably not going to get back up to full health on the next Strength Sap. Maybe. Because now you go into Stunky. So what is Stunky going to do? Poltergeist into... Oh, we have Memento. I could have seen that coming, I think. Memento into Swirlix. Okay, so we're just using this as our setup opportunity for Swirlix. We're going to see Cotton Guard, Calm Mind, Toxic, Calm Mind, Wish Lickitung. We're going to switch? No, we're not going to switch. We're just going to Aromatherapy. Not really much of a point in doing damage when he's just going to get that Wish back. Draining Kiss is going to take Aber down a lot. Bramblin's going to die to the poison there. Interesting. Calm Mind again. He gets off a Toxic. Aber's going to come in. We're going to get off another Cotton Guard. I guess there's not really a point. We're going to see the Encore finally. We're going to end the Encore and Draining Kiss. But this has Unburden. So, that's a nice thing about having Mental Herb on this is, like, you can Encore with a faster Mon. But once the Mental Herb pops off, now you're faster, and then you can just KO. Unless you're facing, like, Triage, which there's no Comfy. Or, like, Prank. I don't think there's any Prankster Encore. Maybe, like, Esper does, but I'm not... No, I don't think so. I don't think Esper has Prankster. I could be wrong. We are slowing down the Swirlix a little bit with Tangling Hair here, but I think at this point it doesn't really matter. You Draining Kiss. I thought maybe you'd like Aromatherapy, Calm Mind, Draining Kiss again. I think he's a little bit worried about Iron Head flinches. He wasn't clicking Iron Head though, so I guess you could maybe assume he didn't have Iron Head, but yeah. Krabby's gonna come in, Terra Poison, Liquidation. It's not gonna do anything because we're at +6 defense. Liquidation doesn't KO. Draining Kiss will KO the Krabby though. We don't die. Lickitung will come in. It's gonna click Toxic again. Draining Kiss doesn't do much though, and I think we died to Poison there. But at this point, you just bring in Clamperl, and I believe Clamperl just kills this. Terra Water, Surf. Oh, doesn't KO. That's pretty close though, considering this is probably like specially defensive of Violet, if I had to guess. This is my biggest regret, is allowing this to happen. We're going to Protect on the Brine. Brine's also a cool bring. I saw some interesting brings this week. I don't really know what the purpose behind Brine is, because I'm pretty sure Surf is just going to two-shot like everything. Maybe Brine is a little bit better against like a Violet Bramblin, but at that point, like, why not just have Ice Beam? I'm not sure. Maybe Brine had some purpose. Maybe it did more to Lickitung if you couldn't tear this. What was the other Terra? Archon? Maybe? No, I don't know. Because these other Mons are like super expensive. Maybe, I don't know. Uni doesn't have a lot of Mons on his team. He went really top heavy. Next up, we're going to have the Danley versus Chickadee. We're going to see the Staryu, Doduo, Tyrant, Impidimp, Charmander, and Machop versus Voltorb, Pawniard, Salandit, Toedscool, Snubble, and Wingull. Is that like a new Toedscool sprite? Does Toedscool have like a Gen 5 sprite now? I don't think it did before. I could be wrong. Either way, we're going to lead Staryu. That is a really horrible shiny. Flip turn into Machop. Oh, so we're Scarf Natural Cure Starmie. I was like, this is kind of risky because this probably has static if I had to guess, but we're just Natural Cure. So we're Scarf Natural Cure. Volt switch into the Machop. Snubble's gonna come in, which will scare in the Charmander, which is not gonna like that Earthquake. Wingull, that did a lot. I think Wingull's like very frail. We're gonna see Scald. Bruce. I didn't know that Impidimp had a wing on its back. Or like a horn. I did not know that was like a thing. That's kind of cool. Scald isn't gonna do anything though. So we're gonna bring in Salandit on the Ice Beam. Interesting bringing in Salandit here. I guess maybe knew that they wouldn't click a water move. Toxic Protector, we're gonna see Sub. Yep, Sub. Berry Juice. Knockoff. Protect. Knockoff. And then you probably just KO. Yep. Matchup goes down. Staryu's gonna come back in. We're gonna protect. We're gonna see Scald. That's kind of interesting because I think Scald is gonna do a lot. Yeah. I feel like Staryu is not gonna be very scared of Wingull. Oh, maybe it should be though. Maybe it should be. Scald will knock out the Wingull though. So at this point, we just have to scare out the Staryu. Yeah, with Poniard, do you get up rocks? No, you don't get up rocks. Iron Head, you kill that guy. Staryu can't really come back in. Staryu is always going to lose to Poniard at that point. We're going to see Terra Normal Drill Peck. Reflect is up though. Salandit's going to come in on the SD. Quick Attack does knock out Salandit. I believe, yeah, Quick Attack is 60. It's Terra Normal boosted, and I think it's also 60 base power because of the Terra boost to low base power moves. So it's a really strong Quick Attack. Drill Peck will kill the Toadscool. I believe this is just the end of the game, huh? Do we get a... Oh, no, we... Yeah, we predict the switch out, huh? Quick Attack will KO that guy. Poniard's gonna come in, but Quick Attack... Poniard... Oh... Yeah, we fucked up. I've done this before, too. Quick Attack doesn't KO Snubble. Quick Attack. Quick Attack doesn't KO Poniard, but Poniard will get the KO finally. Tyrant's gonna come in though, and I think Tyrant, yeah, I was gonna say has sturdy berry juice, so it has 2 chances of sturdy. Honestly, if you were able to flinch this thing twice, it could have been over. Yeah, because you would have. Yeah, you had 2 suckers. So that's unfortunate for Chickadee. Like, this game is a little bit closer than it seems. Our last game that we're gonna watch. Let me see. I'm assuming Power Fable's not playing. I asked him if he's scheduled with Logan. He says, yeah, I had some issues. Oh, okay. I'm just not gonna ask, I guess. Let me make sure Odie's not saying something important. Okay. Alright, so our last game of the night is going to be Log versus Zelda. We're going to see Grookey, Munchlax, Magby, Corpfish, Woobat, and Tarantula versus Growlithe, Hisui, Krogunk, Porygon, Pineco, Slowpoke, and Sinistea. See lead Grookey into the Krogunk. That was a lot. I guess Krogunk like really isn't that like bulky. Poison Jab into the Tarantula is a good play. Why the fuck did we Sucker Punch? Why? What was the point of Sucker Punch? Like, you could have just jabbed, and then you wouldn't have had to deal with webs. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, why would you do that? Anyways, yeah, we're gonna tear water, we're gonna tear steel, calm mind, poison jab. Yeah, that's not looking good. Heat wave is gonna knock out the Krogunk. Slowpoke will come in. I don't know what Slowpoke is doing. Signal beam. Yeah, is this just a Woobat sweep? I genuinely like don't understand like what the idea was. Oh, we explode. Okay, fair play. We have a white herb. Psychic, it just knocks out Sinistea. But we do get the thingy. Do we like agility at least? Berry juice, try attack. We don't even bother with like agility. Genuinely think agility might have like saved him if he had it, but no, there's a Munchlax. No, you just kind of lose. Magby. We threw too much at those webs. Yeah, that was just really bad. Why did we sucker punch Tarantula? By the way, Tarantula is like the slowest mon in existence. Like if your Krogunk just had like any speed, you would have been fine. I'm sure it did, and I'm sure the Krogunk was outspeeding this. So I don't really know why we sucker punched. But like sucker punching just lost him the game. I think he could have won, because then the Woobat wouldn't have gotten so much momentum. Sinistea, I guess Sinistea would have been like whatever. No, it's still slower than Woobat. I guess most of these guys are still slower than Woobat, huh? Yeah, they are. So I guess Woobat would have done whatever, like, regardless. That's kind of crazy. When I used Grookey Woobat, they didn't do that much work. But anyways, that's going to be it for this week. It looks like it's going to be forfeit loss for Power Fable because I don't understand how people are communicating. Please, for the love of God, when you're scheduling, set a day. If you can find a day that like both works, or even like do what John does, give your opponent a list of like all the days you're available with the times that you're open, and then from there you pick a time, and then you show up to that time. Like, do y'all like not show up to work because like, oh, I'm scheduled at, like for me, I'm scheduled at 7:45 in the morning tomorrow. Like, am I just not gonna go to work for no reason, or like what? Just like show up to what you're scheduled for. Jeez. Anyways, that's besides the point. Some of you guys in the server are like fathers, and like you actually do fatherly things, which is nice because other fathers don't do that. And I get babies are hard, but like I'm not even like referring to you guys. Like I just don't understand like the lack of communication. Be like, hey, I have something going on this day. Can we reschedule? Like I don't know, but yeah. Next week, hopefully there'll be 8 games to watch, and I will see you guys. Well, actually, I could see if the stats are in on the doc. Probably not, though. I'll probably have to do that myself. Um, kills. No, let me see. Okay, he did put that in. I do have to put in the forfeit. Yeah, so our standings. What the hell? I guess it's kind of hard to see, but these are our standings. We have 4 teams that are. No, I think we have 5 teams that are 2-0. Because Logan will have his 2-0. So he'll be 2-0 plus 5. And then from there we have quite a few teams that are 1-1. Yeah, and then the bottom teams. So I guess we're seeing some pretty big like setups already. We have a lot more undefeated teams for the first 2 weeks than I honestly thought. But maybe next week it'll change. Maybe we'll see some 2-1s happen. Um, Potentially. And then for the kill board, we still see Porygon on top. Did Porygon, I guess it KO'd like something. Growlithe got quite a lot of kills. That Tortwig got 5 kills. Um, Volibee got 4 kills this week. And then I believe Doduo got a bunch of kills. This Mianfu is still top 10. If only Logan could have played this week. But yeah, I get stuff happens, I guess. Logan did bring Sandshrew this week. But he did bring Woobat, so Woobat is up there now. We got 2 Muns in top 10. Not for Logan, for Log. I guess he's also a Logan. What else do we got that's interesting? Not really that much. I'm surprised the Tyrant's not higher. And then we got Ponyta up there. I think my Ponyta is like kind of down here somewhere. Where's the other Ponyta? Ponyta. Oh, it's 0-2. It doesn't have KO. It doesn't have KOs yet. Is that wrong? I feel like that's no. I guess that's not wrong. It didn't get a KO last week. It did not get one. Okay, interesting. My Ponyta's the flop. Anyways, yeah, I don't think I'm doing heat of the week, but if there was heat of the week, it would have probably been did I close out of Odie's game? I think I might have closed out of Odie's game, but I think whatever I saw in like that first game was like really cool. Anything else I noticed this week? I still think I didn't see any leftovers or Black Sludge. I feel like maybe we learned from that, but I also think the person that ran Black Sludge didn't play this week, so I guess we will find out if he's learned, if he's watching. And yeah, I will see you guys next week. Thanks for watching.